Hello, this video is designed to help you record your screen and then publish a video onto YouTube. This can be useful for either putting your lessons online, so if you have a student who's absent. It also could be useful for um, just a kid needing to see something twice so that they're able to go back and listen to your lecture one more time. So in order to do that, you go to the Racine Unified Apps page or class link, and if you scroll down, you should have an icon that's called WeVideo. If you don't have this icon, you should be able to search it and download the app. Every RUSD staff member has access to this. So if you give that a click, it will automatically log you in using the class link, and you'll come to this page. If you've never used it before, you probably won't have much there, but I've used WeVideo a little bit, so I have some videos already on my page. Going across the top, you've got the dashboard, projects, media, exports, and groups. The one that you're going to look at right now is something called projects, so give that a click. And these are some projects that I've already made, but I'm going to make a new one, so I'm going to click this plus sign right here. And I would title the project whatever it is you're planning to record. So if it's going to be a say science lesson on, I don't know, mitosis, great. You can put a description in here. So if you want to tell people what it's about, you can put that in there. And the project type is if you're planning to collaborate with someone else on this project, you can, kind of like Google Drive. I personally just make a personal one because I'm the only one that's going to be working on this project. So I highlight that and I click next. If you've recorded media already, you can add that to the project automatically. So this stuff will show up right down here, any media that you may have. But I'm not going to record, I'm not going to use any pre-recorded media. I'm just going to click next. I'm going to skip that step. And the project is done. Where you create the video is right here where this blue button says create video. So give that a click, and I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to do a blank edit and then click start. You then come to this page, and there's what they call stock media. These are kind of your options up here as you're editing your video. Stock media, my media, text, audio, transition, backgrounds. You can do a lot of things with WeVideo, but this is just going to be like the basic nuts and bolts version of how to use WeVideo. So if you want to use this stock media, you absolutely can. If you have any media that you've uploaded onto WeVideo, it would show up here. So there's some videos and images that I have from using WeVideo before. But I actually want to just record a brand new video. So if I click My Media, there's a spot right here that says Record. So I'm going to click that, and I have a choice. I can record only my webcam, so just seeing my face. I can record just my screen, or I can record my webcam and my screen. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you some benefits to why that might be helpful. So click OK. So then you come to this screen where you're about ready to record. These are the default settings where it's going to use your district laptop's camera, and it's going to use your district laptop's internal microphone. If you want to get really fancy, you can buy an external microphone or an external webcam that might be a little better quality, but we're just keeping things simple here, so I'm going to click Next. And in this page, it's asking, would you like to record your entire screen or just a portion of your screen? I typically record my entire screen just because it's easier, or sometimes you forget what part of your screen you're recording, and then you might have text off the screen that you're not actually recording, and then you just forget about that and your project is missing that piece. So I just go with the entire screen. So I click Share, and you'll notice down here it says WeVideo is sharing your screen, and it counts down, and now I'm live. I'm recording a video on WeVideo right now. Or what I typically do then is pull up, I use Google Slides, but if you have a PowerPoint or whatever, pull that up, and then this is just an example of PowerPoint. I just start to present it and kind of talk about the slides as if I were teaching a class in front of me about these slides. So you can just go through them, kind of have a discussion about each slide. It is a little challenging. I don't have a real easy tool for writing on your screen that if you want to do any writing, you could pull up a Google Doc. So let's say you have a worksheet that you were going to work with your kids in the class on. You could pull that up and show that on your screen and then type into the Google Doc. But I'm not aware of any really like pen software or pen writing software that you can use on your computer besides maybe like Paint or something, but it's just kind of difficult to be able to actually write on your slides as they are. So I guess you could do the scribble function and do some scribbling like this on your slide just to kind of show or highlight things. But generally, just it's more of just a way to transmit information digitally. And then what I do once I'm done with this is I would then click stop sharing. And what ends up coming up if I go back to my WeVideo tab is it allows me to preview what I see. So you can see here's a picture of my head kind of thinking, and then this is me loading up the software that I'm currently using to record my screen to teach this screencast. So if I like what I see, I just click save, and that file shows up right here. You can see it's being uploaded into the cloud as we speak. WeVideo does not house the files on your computer. It's actually all in the cloud. So it's kind of like Google Drive. What you can then do is basically both these files. This file is the video from my camera. So if you want your head in the video, you can certainly have that. And this file is the video of my screen. I'm going to put my screen in video 1. This is the section for your first video, and then I'm going to put my head in video 2. And the reason why I do that is because if I kind of scroll through, my big head takes like precedence or trumps my screen video, and that's not really what I want. So this gets a little technical, but if you click the pencil, like if you hover your mouse over the file that represents your head and you click the pencil, you can scale your head down in size and then move it to the corner. So I can make this even smaller yet and just make my head take up a small corner of the screen. So as save changes, as I'm watching this video, you can see my head down here moving around, and I then have my screen in the background. Why this is generally beneficial is when I've done videos for students, they find it to be a little more personal when they can actually look at my face. It's not super important, but if your face isn't there, it's almost kind of like the voice of God talking to them as you're going through your slideshow. So this just adds a little bit of a personal component to the video. Once you're happy with your video, so you can go through and you can edit and cut things and stuff like that. And WeVideo is actually very similar to iMovie if you ever used that on the old Teacher Macs. You can snip things, you can add transitions, you can do all that like crazy stuff. And that is all found here. Like you can add text to your storyboard, you can add audio, you can add transitions, backgrounds, all this crazy stuff. But right now, this video is solely focused on just you being able to go over notes or content and then publish it to the internet. So once you're all happy with your video and you like where your head is and you've kind of maybe previewed it, you click the Finish button up in the top right corner, and you can set a title for your video. So for me, this was my science lesson on mitosis, and I'll click Set. And you can choose what you want to export. If you just want to export an audio file, you could, but I don't know why you might want to do that. And then I'd probably pick video with audio, and I would pick the standard quality. I really don't think your videos need to be in HD. It makes it such a bigger file that it's a lot harder to do. Down in the destinations, you have a couple of choices. I personally like to click this one, WeVideo Download. And the reason why is once I get my video files made, I like to upload them to YouTube. Google Drive is not a real great video player, at least in my experience. Generally, kids have a hard time accessing the videos, whereas on YouTube, the videos are super easy to access, and most students are pretty familiar with YouTube. So I like to download it as a video file. So I'm going to click export, and depending on the size of your video, this could take a while. This isn't a super fast process. Don't expect to pump these videos out and download them super fast. But what ends up happening is WeVideo will send me an email when my video is ready. So right now it's working, doing its thing in the cloud. My video is really short. It was only 3 seconds, and so I was able to get this a lot faster. Basically, I now can go into my email. So here's the email indicating that my WeVideo movie export has succeeded. This is just a little email telling me that, and if I want, I can play it. If I click it, it opens a window for me to view the video to confirm that I actually like how it looks. Right down here on the bottom, there's a little button that says download. So you can click download. If you want to immediately link it to your Google Classroom, you can. The one issue is I personally have never done this, so I can't verify how well this works for students to be able to access videos through WeVideo because that's the platform that I think they would view them from. Like I said earlier, I personally like using YouTube to upload my videos. So I'm going to click the little down arrow, and this will force WeVideo to download an actual file to my computer. I can see down here, here's my video. And then I can click the little caret and say show in folder. And what I can do with that is then here's my video. I've downloaded it twice. What I can do with that then is I can then go to YouTube and click create a video and more. So I'm going to call upload video. And now I can drag that video file that I downloaded right into here. And depending on your internet speeds and all this stuff, this all will take more or less time. I don't really have real fast internet at my house, so this would normally take a while, except my video is only 3 seconds long, so that's part why this went so fast. But I can do this video title, so this is my science lesson on mitosis. And if I want to put a description in, I absolutely can. You can see it's processing the video right here. There are some options down here. One of the new things with YouTube is it's asking, is this video made for kids? Most of our videos, I would assume that we're making would be able to be made for kids. So you just say yes, and then you click next. And then next one more time, and you would want to make your video public. This allows anyone to be able to search for it. The likelihood that some random stranger searches for your video is pretty low, but you would then click publish. And once you've done that, your video is basically ready to go. You will now have that video on YouTube. So here is the video. I can click it if I want to take a look at it. And this is the link that I would then need to share with my student. So what I can do with that link then is I can copy it and then go into my Google Classroom and share that link in Google Classroom. Students would then have access to be able to see your video that you made, and you can do this over and over again. The process I know seems really time consuming and tedious, but once you get it down, it actually goes pretty fast. So I've got a couple different classes here where maybe I'll just put it in my class that has no students. And if you've never posted anything in Google Classroom, I apologize, this is going to be really fast, but if I share something with my class, just putting it in the stream, I can put the YouTube link in and just click post, and that would allow any student to be able to click that and basically view that video. You may want to put a little bit more of a description in as to what the video is about. So like, hey guys, this is a video on mitosis. Please watch it within the next week. And then you could, in theory, attach a quiz or a worksheet or something that's aligned with that video for your students to watch. If you have any questions or any concerns, do not hesitate to email me. I would be happy to try to explain further how to do and use WeVideo to upload content. Hope you all are having a great day, and we'll talk to you later.